Today I'm here to review the Carbon XS Mad 6. This is a 20-inch full suspension bike. Unlike other 20-inch full suspension bikes, this one is actually oriented for cross-country riding and trail riding as opposed to lift-serve downhill riding. As the name would suggest, the bike is almost fully carbon. The frame is carbon, it's got carbon wheels, carbon handlebars, carbon saddle. A pretty sweet little bike that doesn't weigh very much. It comes in at only 17.5 pounds, which is unheard of for a bike with this size with suspension. The only other mountain bikes that can rival it in terms of weight are fully rigid, and here we're looking at a full suspension bike. The other thing that really sets the Carbon XS Mad 6 apart from its competitors is the fact that this bike can grow with your child. There are different adjustable frame positions here, which lower or raise the standover height. And as you do that, you also adjust the head tube angle to make it slacker for smaller kids and more aggressive for older kids. Because of the adjustable frame position, the bike is able to grow with your child from about 4 to 7 years. Although this is highly variable just depending on how large your child is. My son, for instance, is 7 and he's still got a lot of room left on this. The best determination of whether or not the bike is going to fit for your child is their inseam. The bike is going to fit well for kids with an inseam length of between 15 inches and 25.5 inches. It's got 50 millimeters both front and rear. These are both air adjustable and both have lockout as well. This is a spinner grind air fork, and this is a DNM rear shock. The component build on the bike is really top notch. We've got Shimano XT hydraulic disc brakes that do an excellent job of stopping and are easy for little hands to operate.
We love the Shimano Z 1x10 drivetrain. The rear derailleur has a short cage and clutch, and the trigger shifter makes nice clean shifts, though it can be hard for the youngest kids to operate.
The Carbon XS Mad 6 has got a lot of other really cool smaller features. It has internally routed cables that we really love. It's got tubeless tires. We'll set them up for you on request. The pedals are pretty rad.
They have 7 metal pins on each side.
And they aren't sharp at all. They're kind of dulled on the top, so you don't have to worry about your child getting cut by the pins. Each bike is custom engraved with your child's name or whatever you would like on the bike. So is there anything we don't love? Yeah, there are a couple things. First off, there's no quick release seat post collar. We think it's so important for kids to be able to quickly lower and raise their seat, so that's something we would upgrade right away. The wheels do not have through axles on them. That's something we would like to see just for additional safety as well as stability. And lastly, and probably the most critical thing, are the crank arms. The cranks are 135 millimeters, which is pretty long for a 20-inch bike, especially considering that this bike is trying to be oriented towards really young riders starting around age 4. So that is one thing we definitely would have changed about the design. So you already know this bike is fully carbon. It's got full suspension, got top shelf components on it. What's the price like? The bike comes all the way from Australia, shipped for $3,000 US. This isn't going to be the bike for everyone, but if you truly want a lightweight bike that your child can race on, that they can keep up with you on the trails on, this bike is it. This is the only bike that my son has ever liked even more than his Trailcraft Blue Sky 20, which is saying a lot. If you want to learn even more about this bike, get info on the real nitty-gritty details like gearing and geometry, head on over to our website, rascalrides.com, for an even more detailed review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.